deciding regularly and not living by default is so powerful. We look at everything and we consciously decide, what do I want to keep doing? We consciously decide, what do I want to stop doing? We get clear on what we want, who we want to be, what we want to be doing. We write down every single thing that you want as a parent. Welcome to the Connect Method Parenting Podcast, where correction is out, connection is in, and your kids want to listen to you. I'm Andy Martineau, creator of Connect Method Parenting, here to help you stay calm, confident, and connected no matter what. Hello, you all. Welcome back. Last episode was called Wants Part 1, and I explained the exercise of wanting what you have. If you haven't listened to that one, go back, listen to it. It's good. And it sets you up for the conversation we're going to continue to have about wants today, because I want to take this conversation a little bit further. So go back and listen to that, and then come jump back here if you haven't listened to the wants part 1, because this idea of wants and what we want as a parent ultimately decides how you parent. Like, your wants lead to your decisions lead to your actions and your results. And so the decisions you make are the point of power in your life with your parenting. So you want something, you decide to do that thing, it propels you, so to speak, and creates your experience as a parent. And we're always making decisions. Sometimes we're making decisions very consciously, but a lot of the times we're making them unconsciously. And these little unconscious decisions, if they're not serving us, if they're not making our life better, they're creating little piles of unwanted things in our life. Kind of like that garage. When we had a garage, every year it would get messy and unorganized, and I would be a little confused. Like, why is this happening? But it was really because on a weekly or monthly basis, I wasn't going through it. I wasn't cleaning it out. I wasn't deciding if I wanted this thing or not, or seeing a new pile of something that my child had left there and thinking, this doesn't belong here. This needs to go somewhere else, and reorganizing it. And if you don't have the problem of the garage getting messy, it's because you are doing those things. And those intentional acts of looking at what we want, whether it's what do I want in my garage or what do I want in my parenting strategy, and doing that consciously is exactly what I think we should be doing every single year. I mean, every month would be great. And when you come and work with me and we start doing daily peace, we're doing this process of cleaning and deciding and inspecting in different ways every day. That's why we can get our brains so clean. So we need to figuratively, though, every year go through this process on a big scale, looking at our parenting decisions, our parenting strategies from a bigger, like taking a step back, going 30,000 foot view. It's kind of like businesses every year will revisit their strategy and revisit their goals and revisit their metrics they're trying to hit. And they do this annual planning and redecide things and change things that need to be changed and evaluate how things are going. That's what we should be doing with our parenting, looking at what we want, figuratively opening up our parenting book, parenting playbook, so to speak, and deciding everything again. Deciding, who do I want to be for my kids? What are my parenting goals? How do I want to handle this new attitude that my teenager's giving me? How do I want to handle this new toddler tantrum that's become pretty regular? And deciding everything again, because it will keep you fresh. It will keep you alive. It will keep you on track. It will keep you growing. And when we do this every year, doing it from this yearly perspective, you're going to see the big picture. You're going to see what you're facing right now. If you're about to move across the country, you need to take that into consideration. If someone you love dearly just passed away and you're working through a lot of grief, you need to take that into consideration. If you just had a baby, you need to take that into consideration and decide what you want to do with your parenting this year without any burden about what you might have done last year or what might be best next year. It's very, very challenging to be run by your past decisions, by your past parenting rules, what was best for your children or for you in the past, or what you just thought was best in the past. I had to reevaluate so many of my parenting rules when I got clearer well, I should say I reevaluated them more and more and more, the clearer and clearer and clearer I got with developmental psychology, attachment theory, realizing consequences weren't working. I really had to continue to redecide to let go of consequences because they kept sneaking in, kept coming in, because it was such a habit to keep that into my parenting playbook. I had to continue to say, no, thank you. I don't use that play anymore. I had to continue to re-identify myself as a parent. I'm a gardener. I'm not a sculptor. I'm not here to force. I'm here to, help and to facilitate growth. All emotions are okay. I had to really decide foundationally what I believed, what I wanted to do every single year. And I was doing this every day too, every week, but not on the grand scale that you do when you're able to look at the whole year. And since we're getting close to the end of the year, I thought this was such a good conversation to talk about what do you want in this upcoming year based on what's going on right now. And I think when we don't do this process regularly, it's one of the biggest ways we can thwart our growth and ultimately our success as parents by living through the habits and the patterns and the identities of our past. So going through this process of deciding intentionally, what do I want to keep? What do I need to let go of? What do I want to maybe double down on? Deciding regularly and not living by default is so powerful. We look at everything and we consciously decide, what do I want to keep doing? We consciously decide, what do I want to stop doing? We get clear on what we want, who we want to be, what we want to be doing. We write down every single thing that you want as a parent. So I would recommend pulling out a piece of paper and writing down everything you can think of, at least 25 things. It can be little things, it can be big things you're already doing that you want to keep doing, things that you used to do that you want to start doing again, things you've never done and you want to start doing for the first time. So for example, I want to make breakfast for my kids every morning. And that could be something I'm already doing and I'm in a place where I'm redeciding, yes, I still want that. I want that time with them. Or I want to connect with them in the morning and not have any electronics on during breakfast time. I want to make bedtime my favorite time of day. I want to be 100% present when my kids come home from school. I want to read stories to my kids every night. My friend Rebecca told me that one of her wants when her kids were little was that she wanted to always be the one that took her kids to school. That was her precious time, that she wanted it. It was non-negotiable. I thought that was really a fantastic and very clear want. And now that my kids are older, I want to connect with them at night, especially while we're traveling right now. We have this evening time together. And so I have this strong desire to want to connect with them at night. We do this practice called Sweet and Sours, where we talk about our least favorite thing and our favorite thing that happened that day. I want to keep doing that. But each year my kids get older and I want to redecide. I need to redecide. What do I want as a parent? How do I want to show up? How do I want to connect with them? What's working? What's not working anymore? What do I need to change? What do I want to do more of? It's really powerful to do this exercise in your life because when you regularly decide what you want as a parent and you aren't living in default, you will create what you want. So pull out a piece of paper, write down every single thing you want for your parenting. And I want you to remember this is about how you will show up. So don't write, I want my kids to stop fighting. I'm not saying you don't want that, and that's not a beautiful thing, but I would always put this in the context of how you are going to show up. I want to be connected. I want to be patient when my kids are struggling. Keep it in the realm of what you actually have control over. It's going to make a big difference. So I want to wrap this little conversation up about wants, talking about creation. Creating what you want with your parenting, feeling fully satisfied with the work you are putting in to showing up fully connected to the best of your ability, feeling proud of the relationships you are working on creating with your kids. This process of cultivating who you want to be, goal cultivating, you could call it, cultivating extraordinarily amazing goals in your parenting, goals that grow you and evolve you, goals that increase your capacity, letting your dreams of what you are creating with your family delight you, letting your dreams about your parenting be the source of energy, be the source of contentment and excitement and joy and inspiration is important. What I would like for you to experience as you're going through this process of annually looking at your parenting from a bird's eye view, from that 30,000 foot view, is to have it excite you, to have it give you energy, to have it feel joyful. These are the wants. These are the things that you want to create from a place of abundance and sufficiency, from a place of gratitude. And I want to remind you to never use your wants or your goals against yourself. Never use them as a reason to discount yourself or doubt yourself or treat yourself poorly because you haven't achieved them yet. We're brainstorming our wants. Let them excite you. Let yourself get excited and curious and energized by them, knowing that as long as they're within the things you can control, so you can't control other people, the things you can control, they're about you and how you're going to show up and what you're going to create, that they're achievable if you just keep at it. So never use your goals against yourself. Never use them as a reason to discount yourself or to doubt yourself or to treat yourself poorly because you haven't achieved them, because that's not what this is about. When you can feel full and content and satisfied where you are, which is one of the main points of the exercises I've been teaching you in these 2 episodes, Want Part 1 and Want Part 2, is to be able to get to the place where we want what we have, where we redecide that what is going on in our life is meaningful, is important. And when you get there and you're feeling full and content and satisfied, and you can love where you are right now and still want something so much more for yourself, and you create big goals from this place of wholeness and satisfaction and abundance, it changes everything. And I've had people say, well, if you're already satisfied, why would you set more goals? Well, it's because we've learned that the purpose of a goal isn't to create more satisfaction. The purpose of the goal is to create more growth, to create more connection, to create more of the life we want. And when we are currently feeling content and grateful and abundant and whole, and we create from that place, the fuel that's creating the goal, the fuel that's driving the actions to get to the goal is powerful. So yeah, you start with feeling content and satisfied and happy because you're feeling so happy about what you already have, and you end with even more because you're feeling so happy about what you have. That means you're doing it right. You're doing it beautifully. You're starting to understand that your life is whole, and that even the discomfort or the pain or the grief or the challenges that you're having right now can be welcomed in, can be felt from a place of full satisfaction and gratitude. And you accept that darkness and light come together, that negative and positive are beautifully yoked, and you see the beauty of those things all along the way. So the negative doesn't seem so negative. So the satisfaction and the openness and the wholeness feel more present no matter where you are. Even if right now you can see how far you want to go still, you have such big goals and you're realizing that's a long ways off, you're still feeling content right now. So when we're welcoming in all the good and the bad and realizing that it's happening for us and not against us, when you already have this sense of desire and sense of abundance combined together, and then you want to create what you don't already have, it's incredible. It's from a place of already being satisfied. Kind of like after you've eaten, right? You have that satiation. You don't need to feel intense hunger for something in order to pursue the life of your dreams. You're satisfied, and from that place, you keep pursuing the life of your dreams. And so when we want what we have, and then we decide again what we want, and we get rid of the things we no longer want, and we keep the things we want, then we can go into this process of goal cultivation from a place of abundance. I've watched so many parents try to create a new way of parenting from a place of scarcity. They want to stop yelling. They want to not get triggered so badly, but they're stuck in old patterns. And one of the ways you can get unstuck is to go through this want protocol I've laid out. So you start by wanting what you already have by creating the want have list. And you spend some time wanting what you already have. So wanting clean drinking water, wanting electricity, wanting time with your kids, wanting indoor plumbing, wanting hot water, wanting windows, wanting a car that works, wanting laughter, wanting a husband, wanting a tiny cabin in the woods, wanting the privilege of getting older, wanting my cell phone and my computer and my desk, wanting that stream and those trees outside of my house, wanting Mexican food, wanting deeper things, wanting the growth I've earned, wanting the strength I have, wanting the ability to accept all of the parts of me that I used to not love so much, having so much space and love for them. So those are the things I want that I have. So I'm just wanting those so much. I'm really focusing on wanting all of these things that I have, and I'm feeling that abundance. And then deciding again what you want for your parenting using this annual review process that I was describing earlier to decide what you want, figuratively opening up your parenting book, deciding it all again, deciding who you want to be for your kids and what you want to do different in the future. And then finally, create what you want from a place of abundance. I want you to consider wanting what you don't have yet, opening yourself up to the possibility of having all of it, doing this possibility drop, and being in the moment of having what you want as a parent right now from a place of abundance. I want you to think about what it would be like. Let yourself imagine as if it's already happened. Feel it long before you ever get it. Anticipate it. Anticipation doesn't exist with things we already have. It exists as we experience the things we don't have yet. So feel the anticipation instead of the scarcity. Feel the anticipation instead of the doubt. Feel the anticipation instead of the lack around the things that you don't have yet. That is how you're going to make your wants come to life. You can start doing it right now in this moment. Create the life you want by redeciding, wanting, and setting goals in the best way that I'm aware of doing it, from this place of abundance, from a place of capacity and fullness and wholeness. That's how we do it, y'all. That's how we use our wants to serve us and to create the life we want as a parent. All right, you all. We'll talk to you soon. See you later. Bye. If you enjoyed listening to this podcast, come check out League, my Connect Method parenting coaching program, where we take this material and we apply it using my proven formula. Head over to cmp.works/join.